And I woke up to $0 in my checking account this morning.
I think it might be time to sell your truck.
Well, that wouldn't even help, dude.
It's time to get a Prius.
Dude, I got 14.5 miles per gallon driving to Scottsdale the other day. I am a Prius. You kidding me? Carvana says it's only worth like $4,000. You want to buy it? You got $4,000 probably. Everyone and their mom has $4,000. Too bad that's how much my mortgage costs. Thanks, Joe Biden. Freaking communist. Oh, jeez! I think I was talking about it last week where when you're thinking about how you're making contact with the ball, you make better contact with the ball. And so what happened was instead of you like trying to go out and get it with your upper half, now you're thinking about, okay, where on the ball am I hitting? Your body reorganizes itself so everything can work out in front, and now I'm staying behind the ball. You fixed your body by thinking about just how you were hitting the baseball, right? So that's what I tell you guys all the time is you get to a point where like all of you know how to hit well enough and you've logged enough swings and like have the muscle memory just by thinking about something differently. Your brain will like get your body in the right position and get everything on track. If you have 5 different things wrong with your swing, you don't have to go through and fix all 5. You might be able to just think about one thing, and that'll get everything going together. Not bad.
Wow, I got that one.
Last 2, what'd you do?
Just got too antsy. Got too out in front.
When you're hitting the ball well, don't change anything. Just keep doing it. Don't try and do more. Don't try and like do less or anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Pure. On the right side, if you can get your upper half to do the same thing, where it just kind of like chills. Lower half swings, and the upper half just chills until you run out of stretch here, and this just gets snapped through. That's what your last 2 swings looked like. Was like you were trying to get your hands into it. Your body wants your hands to be along for the ride. So when you let that happen, everything's where it needs to be. When you try and like steer the hands, now your hands get out in front of your body and you like everything spins together or you punch through or yeah, just weird stuff happens. Yeah, that's a good turn. Did it go? Yeah, dude. You're trying to walk that ball out to left field. Oh, jeez. You can hit nukes in the 80s. Not as much early as, think about our conversation swinging righty yesterday with outside pitches, right? It wasn't the early that was the problem. It was you were early and started turning out too early. And so all you could do is flick your hands instead of keep driving through it and just catch it out front and send it this way. Make sense?
It was here instead of here.
Yeah, that's why having long extension through the zone is important instead of just ripping out. That's what, especially the young guys will start like when they're feeling themselves. They'll start like as you watch Rangers rounds where he'll hit a couple home runs and then you'll see him almost like just start walking this way with it. Always having good direction. That's the thing where it's like when you're hitting the ball well, do more of what's making you hit the ball well instead of trying to ramp it up and like go further that way. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. You're already hitting it well. A home run's the best you can do, right? You don't get more runs for hitting it farther. Once you're hitting home runs, just keep doing that. Goodness gracious. Did it go? Oh, jeez. Come on, ball!
Oh, you're a coward.
What are you talking about?
I had a 3-0 curveball.
That's the sequence, bro. It's the same sequence for everybody.
Oh,
I throw the same pitches in a row. Call me a coward? So disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
I'm keeping it light because y'all are sad. No sad people, bro. I don't tolerate that. I'm anti-sad. I'm also anti-government. Capitalism over communism. Punch socialism in the face. Down with government overreach. I don't know how you hit that. That was awesome. Go, ball! Oh, we pimped it! You know who's my guy? You.
Wow.
With Ranger. He's clearing this on the stride, but then when he goes to launch the swing, the front side is pulling the back side, which still gets power, but what's it lose?
Direction.
Boom! Direction. Bro, you're so smart. What we need to do is go clear it, we're cleared, so our backside has a clear path. Backside pushes the front side out of the way. Does that make sense? So this is cleared. My hips are pulling each other. We release the back hip. Back hip will push the front shoulder through. So we clear the front side. Back hip pulls the back elbow, pulls the back shoulder, which pushes the front shoulder out of the way. If we use the front side, if we get this set and we pull with the front shoulder, the back side will still get through, but the direction's bad. We're going to hit more fast. We still have to hit live.
Oh, shit.
No, you got 4. That's much better. 1. Cool. Ranger, stop hitting home runs. Ranger, stop.
You're how do you want to eat?
Ah! I'm trying to DOC. When you make that adjustment and get those 2 swings, I don't want you thinking like, oh, now I'm too far out front. You got to think like, oh, now it's so easy to get out front, right? That's how we got to be thinking about it. I don't hate those last couple because you got it out front and we're like everything was better, getting out front way better. And then your last 2, you were just trying to dial it in. But both of those swings, you missed. But instead of like getting backed up and emergency swinging and fighting it off back here, it was I'm here and I'm just like catching it off the hand. And they're still great swings, right? Yeah. That's a good round. I like that. Who are you asking about?
Miriam?
Dom's brother?
Yeah.
Don't you mean Dom's family? Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. Jeez, why did I do that? Yeah. So you got to think. Trevor's a dude who, like, okay, starting the day, his thing is kind of point of contact, right? If he's fighting it off back here, not going to be a great start. Let's start out front, even if he sends them down the line, whatever. Barrels out front, we're going to make good contact. That's what he's got to do to make good contact. For you, we just got to find barrels because you have days where you come in here and you're thinking about your swing and you have beautiful swing. You got to think about solid contact, good barrels because your swing's already dialed. It's putting that swing on the baseball that you got to get going each day, right? Just so you know, that first one was like 96. Cool. Did it go? How was that round?
It felt pretty good.
Darn right it did. Because what were your misses? Oppo, right? Which means what? Slide out front, yeah. Which you could still get away with. It's not a terrible miss. It's not like we're missing the ball. But sit back here, let the barrel get out to there. Why is exit velo the thing we focus on when we're working on stuff like that? Like, why is that the metric we pick? Why not like launch angle, distance, spin, stuff like that? To hit it harder, right? And we're in here working on swings. So the harder we hit the ball means the better, more powerful we're swinging, right? There's a lot of like old school guys who get all wrapped up and they run away from numbers because it's like it's been overplayed, but it's a valuable tool. So when you're over here trying to get like your whole thing is I'm trying to get my hips to launch before my shoulder. And when you do it right, that exit velo goes up. When you can hit a ball on a really good plane, kind of like we were just talking about with DeLuca, is he's hitting the ball on a great plane, but he's missing separation, which is the thing you're working on. So when he's missing separation, numbers are lower. Same thing with you. When you can hit a nice barrel, but if it's sitting 80s, you're like, I need more of this. When you're sitting in the 90s, because that's like what we're seeing, right? Is every time you get really good, like 1-2, it's 90 something. Every time you get set and just shoo, you can hit a nice laser, but it's not as hard. Hitting it harder gives you a higher chance of hits, but at the end of the day, if you're standing on first, like, you got to hit, dude. Who cares if it was 90 or 60? Like, exactly. Whatever works, works. Ooh!
Luke, tell the people what they need to do. Need to come work out at DST. Like and subscribe and hit that bell for any notifications. Also, click the share button. Even if you don't share to anybody, it'll help the algorithm find us.
For real?
Yeah.
That's good to know. You heard the man. What? Why are you doing that? Okay, so we gotta find that happy medium between the good swing plane and direction when you let it travel, but the good contact of getting it out front. The liners you're hitting middle to right center look really good, but it just looks like you're fighting everything off instead of like letting the barrel go out, accelerate, and go get it, right? Which is why these are all 70, like as you go your barrel accelerates, which means it gets faster the further out it gets, right? So that's why we want to hit it out front, but we just got to figure out how to get on that line and then carry on that line instead of get on that line and kind of pull off that way, which comes from backside extension, getting the right hand out through the zone. Nice. The secret to hitting backside really hard is still catching it out front. I'm not a huge fan of the whole like let it get deep and hit it off your back thing or back hip for like outside pitches. The reason they go to the right, outside pitches go to the right side is because they're further away from you and you're working from behind your hip out that way. Right. So the ball goes that way.
On those away ones, it felt like I was still, like you said, like I was still out front on it right here, but it was just like.
That's why you were hitting them just as hard as the ones you were hitting over here.
It was here and here, like just that slight wrist.
Well, the pitch was also there instead of there.
No, right,
yeah, exactly.
Like it's still.
That's the difference in direction. The direction change doesn't come from like it can come from depth, but that's not as effective.
Because I feel like a lot of people think it's like, oh, I'm gonna catch the inside pitch way here and the outside pitch here. Like, it was like, no, it still felt here. It was just my wrist was more extended on the inside, which is outside, I was more just here.
Yeah. Take a yard.
Even over this.
What's up?
Rapsodo never lies.
Rapsodo never caps, as the kids would say. Sheesh! Is that 200? It's... Oh! What is it? Oh, jeez. Hey, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.